Welcome to the bush. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Tiffany.
And today we're going to be road tripping over to one of my dad's other farms where we found a really neat spot in some majestic oak trees because we're going to make a new campsite. We're going to do lots of fun stuff. Well, it is step 2 time. Today's step 2 is a Marzen, an Oktoberfest, since it is October, from Big Grove Brewery in Iowa City. And this has been one of my favorite Marzens this year. There are 2 that tied for first place, Big Grove and Potosi. So, cheers! Oh!
That's good.
It is a really good Oktoberfest. I love October. It's one of my favorite months of the year. The leaves are changing. It's beautiful. It's pretty. And the air is crisp and cool. The nights get cold. The days are still warm enough. It's just a wonderful time of year. The underbrush starts to die down. The bugs are going away. Like, it's easy to start a fire. It's just a nice time of year. It's a really wonderful time of year. You know, apple cider, hay racks, bonfires, you know, that kind of stuff. It's just great. Yep. So this particular spot that we're camping in, I didn't find it until last spring when I was mushroom hunting with my dad. He showed it to me. It's a nice, beautiful old grove of oak trees, and it's kind of at a nice high spot on the property. It's way back in here. It's very secluded, one of the most secluded places we've done it in the bush. And anyway, so I brought some tools, the grass whips, the push mower, and some different stuff, because I want to make this into a permanent campsite, at least a spot where we can go set up a tent, or we can camp in the Durango, or there's not a lot of bushcraft material here, but you could still do something bushcraft. I mean, just leave it an open campsite. So here's what I got so far. Got a nice little trail in. Mowed this down. And then we couldn't go as far in as we wanted to because there's a big widowmaker. Now I'll show you that. So this big open spot here is where I want to have the actual campsite eventually. So we're actually kind of parked in the roadway leading in. But the reason why I'm not doing anything is this dead tree right here has some very dangerous limbs up there that could fall and hurt you if you were in a tent, or kill you. They call those widowmakers. So I've only cleared up till here because that tree is going to fall across there. So there's this thing known as the 4 W's, or it might be 5 W's. I can only think of 4 right now, but it's wind, wildlife, widowmakers, and water. You want to make sure that you pick your campsite somewhere that the wildlife isn't going to be a problem or bother you, and you want to pick a spot where there's adequate water if you're not, bringing water in with you, and you want to watch out for widowmakers because that can be very dangerous. Any dead overhanging trees, you want to make sure you stay out from underneath any limbs that might fall or any trees that might blow over. And let's see, what's the other one? Wind. You want to make sure that you're in a spot where you're protected from the wind for obvious reasons. So that's kind of something to keep in mind as the W's when camping. So what we have here, what you saw me building here, is a bushcraft toilet. And the way this works is you can simply mount 2 parallel pieces of wood, something that you could sit on, but your butthole still could, drip down. And you want to mount them between 2 trees. And if you go a little bit, long like this, you can actually dig a trough underneath. And as you go to the bathroom, you can fill it, you can cover it up with dirt every time, so it doesn't stink up your campsite. And you could just have it a few paces away from your camping area and it's not a problem. So when nature calls, it's a lot easier for me to sit on here and read a magazine, play with my phone, than it is to squat down and hold myself in that squatting position. For everybody that's took a dump in the woods, it takes it to the next level, and it's a simple bushcraft hack. And something to note, my dumps often take 45 minutes, so you want to be comfortable. Tifster's in charge of the food tonight. She's gonna make some delicious lasagna soup. I can see I'm getting bathed in the smoke now. So Tiff and I are going to demonstrate how to make char cloth. It's really quite simple. I've got a little tin here. A lot of people use an Altoids tin. This is a little Swisher Sweets tin. The main thing is that it doesn't have a lot of gaps in it, and that it closes somewhat tight. but enough to let some air escape. And so we've got that here with this Swisher Sweets tin. So I'm going to hand this over to Tiff. And then I've just got a piece of an old t-shirt here. It's just, you just want to make sure it's 100% cotton. And we're just going to take it and kind of just cut it into, you know, strips or squares or little pieces. Just rip it, you know. And this is going to be our char cloth for fire starting. So, and then it's going to go in the tin. It's real simple. This is something you can do while you're waiting for your food to get ready, while you're sitting around the campfire, just chilling out, telling stories, doing whatever. And it really takes like minimal effort. And so you can just get that going. We're simply going to cut this into strips and throw it in the fire. Just like when we made charcoal. Alright, our Swisher Sweets tin is full of char cloth. As you can see, it's full of pieces of cotton t-shirt all ripped up. I'm simply going to put this in the fire. And later on, you'll want to retrieve it with a stick, not your hands, and check it. I'm not actually sure how long it takes or will take to do this. It's kind of a new experiment for me, so we'll find out. Mm. Mm. Oh. 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 It's a little hard on the bum. What a beautiful morning it is here in this awesome grove of oak trees, and had a pretty good, decent night's sleep. Had better in the bush, but I've had a lot worse sleeps. Thankful for that last 3 hours. I did have to get up early and try out the Bushcraft toilet. As you all saw, it worked quite well. And not the most comfortable thing in the world, but definitely better than popping a squat. So today, it's time to check and see if our char cloth did anything. So we've got our tin here, our Swisher Sweet tin, and I'm just going to open it up and see if it was a failure or if we have char cloth. And we have char cloth. Looks like some around the outside's burned up, which was to be expected, but as you can see, we've got little pieces of char cloth that'll just be perfectly sized for catching a spark and getting a tinder bundle going. So that's pretty awesome. So we might have to start a fire this way more often. And you know what we're getting ready to do real soon? Bow drill. Keep watching in the bush. It's coming. Was it a success, Tiffany?
Yes, it was.
As always, be kind to each other and get out in nature and enjoy it. Recharge those batteries, the batteries of your soul. Get out and do it. We'll see you next time.
In the bush.
quite like it. They don't have tissues in the, no Kleenex tissues in the woods. Come on. There we go. Oh. Really? Oh, this one's hanging on. Oh, don't get stuck to my mouth. Okay. Alright, now it's time to find a safe leaf to wipe it with. How about this big oak leaf? There we go, the Kleenex tissue of the woods. Poison oak.